Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Danny Jess and welcome to 1 Year 365. And today we will do another mini series which is called Chinese Culture Mini Series. This is part 1 out of 7 part. And the reason why I'm making this series is that in few days from now, in on January 22nd, there will be Chinese Lunar New Year, meaning that it will be New Year for Chinese people, and yeah, it's something. I live in a country where, well, in area as well where majority of the people is actually Chinese here. Like it's like 60% of them in my area, and then the 38% probably from Arab or Middle Eastern, and the rest is just like actually my own people, my own race. In fact, I think there's only like three family or three houses that are the same race as me, which is just the native people. And yeah, that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say is that because I know a lot of people nearby, like literally my neighbors. They are all Chinese, and they always have this kind of tradition or culture. And yeah, just because it's on close to their new year, so might as well just talk about this because I know a little bit of stuff about them as well. And yeah, that's just pretty much it. So the first one, we'll talk about Chinese noodles. And also, before we start, this series will intertwine with the other mini series that I'm also doing at the moment, which is called The Mythical Creature. I will do three of them, and then three of this one, and then the fourth part will be in the actual Chinese New Year, and then after that, directly 3 days after that, which is part 5, 6, 7 will be consecutive days after that, and then after that the final three parts of the mythical creature will be before that as well. So yeah, also, just heads up, in the final episode of the mythical creature, I said that tomorrow we will actually talk about Chinese culture, but I forgot that I plan to intertwine this one with that one. So that's just how it is. um, it's just kind of the same back in December with the throwback time, but also Christmas holiday miniseries as well. Those two are kind of intersect each other during that time, so it's kind of the same as that. Anyway, let's first discuss which will be Chinese noodles. Well, it's pretty much noodles in general, but when I search noodle in Wikipedia, it's a little bit too generic. I would say like it's too generic. Like noodle, you can see like there's so many well, obviously it's originated from China, and then it got adopted by many places as well, like ramen from Japan, and then there's like pasta or spaghetti from European, um like stuff like that. Just because this is about Chinese cultures, I searched for the specific one, which is called Chinese noodles. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We can start now, I think. Is there anything else that I want to say? Also, I made this one. I'm making this one. I'm planning to, record. Usually, I plan to record mini series in 1 day. However, I started this one a little bit too late, as you can see at the top right corner. The time is already at 3:11. Um, like if there is seven of them, and each of them will require like 20 minutes, that will be 140 minutes. That's already over 2 hours, and I will finish in 5:30. That is if I don't take any break at all, and also that is if everything is actually under or below 20 minutes, which, as you can see, this is just me talking or discussing stuff. It's like podcast, and yeah, it's kind of difficult to make things short. So yeah, there's that. I doubt that I will finish this one in one day. Just like the mythical creature as well. I finished that the next day, so I might as well do this for the next day as well. But anyway, that's not really important. I mean, when this video is up, it's already been in order anyway. It's like daily. But just for I recorded this on December 8th, pretty much. Yeah, the first week of December. And yeah, as you can see, it's like a month and about a week. No, 2 weeks. Yeah, pretty much 1.5 months before this video will be up. Just like usual schedule, pretty much. Anyway, let's just start now. Let's actually set our time. I don't want to, I don't want to have this one past 3:30 p.m. and see if we can do that. Oh, the minute just changed by another minute. Okay, so 17 minutes. Here we go. Chinese noodles vary widely according to the region of production, ingredients, shape or width, and manner of preparation. Noodles were invented in China and are an essential, ingredient and staple in Chinese cuisine. They are an important part of most regional cuisines within China and other countries with sizable overseas Chinese population. Chinese noodles can be made of wheat, buckwheat, rice, millet, oats, beans, potatoes, sweet potatoes, and even fish. Okay, that's kind of strange ingredient. I know from wheat, it's kind of the most generic one. Buckwheat also, rice, yes. You pretty much turn those into flour version, like buckwheat flour and then rice flour as well. The rice flour is kind of interesting to make noodle. Uh, I don't know what it's called, but you know uh, in my country, it's called bihun. Um, yeah, it's like the white noodle, like actually white noodle. So yeah, usually when you cook noodle, it's like yellow, right? Because of the egg that are mixed with the flour. But this is rice flour, and I don't think it requires egg at all because well, the color is white, like actually white. So there's that. Um, and then millet and oats, I never heard about those before. I'm not sure. Again, maybe this is just oats. You grind that the same as millet as well. You grind that probably, and then it turns into some kind of flour. I think those are like the main ingredients of noodle anyway. You need the flour version, and then you just add water and sometimes egg, and then you just roll that, and then you cut or use machinery and it will be the noodle as noodle, we all know. Um, Beans, potatoes, sweet potatoes, and even fish. That's kind of strange. Beans. This is not really green beans. I don't think it's probably like beans from, um, what is it called? Like red beans or black-eyed beans or something like that. That type of beans, and not actually like green beans or long bean. I don't think so. Um, yeah. Also like maybe what is it called again? Like yeah, it's not like pea pot as well and stuff like that. Potatoes. Never heard about that before. Probably when you use potatoes, yeah. Again, like you turn that into potato starch. I mean the starch from the potato. You make it into flour or something. Sweet potatoes, kind of the same. Probably, I'm not sure. And even fish. This one is kind of a little bit strange though. Even fish, like what part of fish that you use? Maybe the bones, like fish bones, because those has like calcium texture and something like that. And then you dry that out, and then you grind that probably, and then it becomes like flour. Um, Maybe I'm not sure, but from what I know, it's probably not the flesh of the fish though. I'm not sure. There are over 1,200 types of noodles commonly consumed in China today. That's insane. That's a lot of that's a lot of noodles. And yeah, in even in my country though, don't get me wrong, there's like so many types of noodle. Like I said, there's the The white one, which is from the rice flour, and then there's the yellow one, which is just all-purpose flour, uh, mixed with egg and stuff like that. And then yeah, just like homemade. The one that's varying is probably the homemade one, because homemade you can pretty much put anything into it, like carrot, like greenery stuff, like what is it like and then the like I think there's also like black noodle as well, where you make some kind of squid inks just for the coloring, but also a little bit of taste as well. um, yeah, like there is so many things that you can put into your noodle flour, honestly, and I guess that makes up why the types of noodles are a lot of them. Like I said, in my countries, probably I would just presume there's probably like at least 50 types, maybe even more than 100, if you ask me. But yeah, it's just that many. It's crazy, so yeah. Anyway, Chinese noodles. Yeah, here we go. There's this picture. Chinese noodles at a noodle shop in Tuen Mun, Hong Kong. Okay, as you can see, there's the white one. This is one that are thick, I would say. If you know yakisoba, probably from Japan, maybe kind of the same as this one as well. It's also white, but different from what I was talking about. The one I was talking about is like thin, like actual thin. It's really thin, like it's only I don't know, a millimeter or 2 millimeters. Like it's legitimately thin. And then let's see, there's this yellow version as well. Noodles kind of interesting as well, because you can store that into dried version, and then you can use that like for the future, pretty much. So that it's not really a food that um, you have to eat at the time, at the same time when you make it. You can try this out, like bake it, I think. Either bake it or roast it. Not really roast it, probably, or just simply freezing it. So yeah, there's that. But probably bake though, just to remove the water content, so that it's dry pretty much. Okay, type noodles, place of origin China. Yeah, okay, Chinese noodles have also entered the cuisines of neighboring East Asian countries such as Korea and Japan, as well as Southeast Asian countries such as Vietnam, Cambodia, Thailand. There's also more than this as well, like I think in Philippines as well, and then in Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, and like all the neighboring Southeast Asian, pretty much. Nomenclature, okay. Chow mein noodle on the food shop in Yuen Long. Yeah, like this one, I believe this one is dry, so that it's easy to package it this as well, because it's dry. Um, so there's that. Nomenclature of Chinese noodles can be difficult due to the vast spectrum available in China and the many dialects of Chinese used to name them. Okay, in Mandarin, okay, refers to noodle made from wheat flour. Okay, interesting. So they actually have different name for different type of noodle with different ingredients. That's kind of interesting. Um, and then this one refers to noodle made from other starches. Yeah, probably like rice flour. Oh, here we go. Particularly rice flour and mung bean starch. Oh, it's a mung bean. Interesting. Okay. Its noodle type can be rendered in pinyin for Mandarin, but in Hong Kong and neighboring Guangdong, it will be known by its Cantonese pronunciation for wheat noodles. For non-wheat, okay. Yeah, here we go. In Malaysia and Singapore as well, like may use Hokkien or Minnan. Wheat noodles, for example, are called mian in Mandarin, mein in Cantonese, men in Japanese, mi in Thai, and so in Korean. Okay. Sometimes the principal ingredient used in the preparation, such as wheat, buckwheat, rice, potato, corn flour, and bean, soybean flour, yam flour, mung bean starch, sweet potato, cassava, etc., may also form the basis of naming noodles. Yeah, like I said, the name is determined, I think, by the types of what ingredients it's made of. Interesting. Okay, history. Let's see. Two men making noodles at the lamb noodle soup shop at Shanghai. It's probably Shanghai, right? China or Shanghai. Maybe that's different location. I'm not sure. The earliest written record of noodle is from a book dated to the Eastern Han period. Okay, that's 1800s ago. Okay, well, maybe I don't know what CE means. Noodles often made from wheat dough became a prominent staple of food during the Han Dynasty. In the Western Han Dynasty, due to demand by the military, it was necessary for the government to implement food processing technology that would make the food storage easier and more affordable. Yeah, like I said, the drying process or baking process, so that they can store it for like in the future, pretty much. Um, During this time, Lomian emerged. It was made with starch-rich buckwheat, millet, and pea flours. Oh, there's actually also pea flour. Interesting. With lower water content, making it easier to store and transport. Okay. And then this one, year 900 to 1200, Song Dynasty. Noodle shops were very popular in the cities and remained open all night. Oh, interesting. During the earlier dynastic periods, Chinese with noodles were known as soup cake. Okay, explained by the dynasty mentioned in his work. Okay, that in ancient times, bready foods like pasta are referred collectively as ping and differentiated through their cooking methods. Okay, ping. If you heard ping, you know probably the meme. Yeah. Up until 1992, most dry Chinese noodles in the US could not be sold labeled as noodles. Oh, this is due to the fact that many Chinese noodles are made without eggs and do not always use wheat as starch, thus resulting in the U.S. Department of Agriculture (USDA) obligating manufacturers to label them as imitation noodles or alimentary paste. Okay, uh, interesting. Well, that's just their regulation, I guess. Um, so yeah, production Chinese noodles are generally made from either wheat flour, rice flour, or mung bean starch. Okay, being more typical of southern China. Okay, egg. I don't know how to pronounce that. Ai, I don't know. And cereal may also be added to noodles made from wheat flour in order to give them noodles a different color or flavor. Yeah, like I said, there's also the black noodle as well, where you can use squid ink, and then like green when you use like green leaves as well, like for instance parsley or dill. And then there's also like like if you want it a little bit orange or red, you can use the carrot, or if you want it to be like purple or blue, you can use the red cabbage as well for the coloring. So it's pretty much like it's kind of flexible if you ask me. um, Okay, so this is the production, I guess. Fresh noodles are often consumed within 24 hours of manufacture due to quick discoloration. Their shelf life can be extended to 3 to 5 days if stored under refrigeration. Interesting. Dried fresh noodle strands are dried by sunlight or in a controlled chamber. Okay, like I said, the drying machine. And then boiled as well. Fresh noodle strands are either parboiled or fully cooked. After parboiling, Chinese noodles are in cold water, drained and covered with 1 to 2% vegetable oil to prevent sticking. Okay, and then steam. Fresh alkaline noodle strands are steamed in a steamer and softened with water through rinsing. Okay, so this is the process pretty much, like yeah, like you can pretty much like how not only the types of noodles are various, the way you cook it also varies pretty much. So it's like flexible food, and it's also my favorite food as well. The dough for noodles made from wheat flour is typically made from wheat flour, salt, and water with the addition of eggs. Okay, yeah, like I said, it's just generic noodle pretty much, like wheat flour, eggs, like sometimes water, salt to taste. You just mix together, and then you, what is it called again? Like you just knead the bread. Um, or the dough, and then you just flatten that up using the machine, and then you cut or slice pretty much, and you get yourself a noodle pretty much. Interesting. Okay, this one, yeah, cut, extruded, peeled, pulled, kneaded, yeah, like I said, flaked as well, okay. Well, cut and extruded noodles can be dried to create a shelf-stable product to be eaten months after production. Most peeled, pulled, and kneaded noodles are consumed shortly after they are produced, okay. Um, Cutting thin strips of dough from a loaf directly into a container of boiling water to make knife cut noodles in Datong Shan Sea. Yeah, this is one of the easiest way as well. Like literally once you're done with your dough, and then you just flatten that up and then you just cut. It's just simple as that. I might actually like in the future I might actually make video about like a DIY home noodle pretty much, because it's one of the most simple thing that you can do or cook pretty much. Pulling wheat dough into one thin strands to form lamian, yeah, this is also a thing. Noodle maker, extruding noodles directly into a pot of boiling water. Okay. Cooking as well. Ooh, this is interesting. This is the dish pretty much. A bowl of mala beef. Okay. Yeah, like again, once you're done with the noodle itself, you can cook it with pretty much various side stuff as well, or like toppings and stuff like that. You can make broth and then you serve it like in soup, noodle soup with like maybe teriyaki beef or something like that, or just beef in general. Or you can cook it like what is it, like a stir fry as well, like stir fry noodle and stuff like that, which I also love. Especially when you add stuff like vegetables and stuff like that, or chicken, like chicken bits and stuff like, or sausage as well. It's interesting. um, yeah, it's like actually like there is so many so many noodle based food pretty much. Types, yeah. Oh, what's this? Cat's ear. Okay. Looks like a cat's ear, similar to Western or a cat. Okay. Oh, by the way, it's already been 3:29, meaning that I need to, finish this like soon. Yeah, let's just continue this. Let's just, scroll through this. Maybe if you want, like, you can pause the video and just read it yourself. Again, the same as this one. Yeah, rice-based noodles, interesting. Yeah, there's just so many of them, like literally. Yeah, it's crazy pretty much. And there's oat millet as well, and yeah, Chinese noodle dishes. Okay, let's see here. The following are small portion of Chinese dishes that incorporate noodles. Okay, um, I meant to say dishes. Okay, not disease. Dishes. Dishes. I don't know how to pronounce that. Okay. Let's see if I know something. Oh, laksa. I know laksa. I think it's Singaporean laksa. I think. Well, I mean, this is in China, but yeah, I think it got adopted in Singapore as well. And this is like one of their main dish, pretty much. Wonton noodles. Yeah, wonton. I think it's from Korea. I think. Yeah, I think so. Um, and then what else here that I know? I don't know. Lo mein. I think I know lo mein actually. And then yeah, I think that's all the three that I know. See also. Oh, that's it pretty much. Okay, well there you have it. Yeah, there's so many this one. Like they literally make a list of noodle dishes, noodle soup, and then there's Korean, Japanese, Chinese cuisine. So yeah, it says there's a lot of them that you can check yourself. But I think that'll be it for this one. It's like I said, it's already been 3:31. I kind of want to finish it before 3:30, just so that I can record the next episodes as well, and see if I can finish the entire miniseries in one day of recording. But yeah, um, anyway, then that'll be it for this one. This has been Chinese Culture Part 1 out of 7 parts in 1 year 365. Few days from now, there will be Chinese Lunar New Year. Well, at the time this video is released, but at the time I'm recording this, it's like still long way to go. So yeah. Anyway, Stay safe, healthy. I will see you again tomorrow with another discussion. I think tomorrow will be the mythical creature. So yeah, maybe 2 days from now I will put another one of the Chinese culture. But until then, see ya.